On an international platform, the President, Nana Akufo-Addo, gave reasons for his choice of Mr. Martin Amidu as Special Prosecutor.
At the just ended 31st A.U Session in Mauritania's capital, the President said appointing an intellectually sound member of the opposition to that office is to avoid the attack of witch hunting.
Capital Nouakchott. Members of the continental body were trading ideas about how to completely eliminate that problem. Even though African countries have recognized institutions to fight corruption, the problem persists, especially noticeable in state-owned institutions. President Akufo-Addo told his colleagues about his decision to appoint a special prosecutor to hold both past and present public officials accountable.
The principle that equality before the law means exactly that, equality before the law. President, Prime Minister, Minister, parliamentary, businessman, policeman, we're all citizens first before we're anything. And that therefore when we get into problems of wrongdoing, we should face the consequences.
President Akufo-Addo said his decision to give the onerous duty to Mr. Martin Amidu, a member of the opposition NDC, is to avoid the labeling of witch hunting.
We have a particular problem in Ghana. That is that every time a prosecution is mounted against a high-ranking official, you hear the cry, witch hunting. And it has become a way of protection for the senior political figures. So we've now had to devise a particular response and mechanism. We've established an Office of Special Prosecutor that is a permanent official who is independent of the executive, who has the remit to hold all officials, past and present, accountable for their stewardship. And the person who's the first occupant of that office is a leading figure of the opposition. Was a former Attorney General in the government of President Atta Mills, a leader who was my opponent in previous contests for political power. And that is therefore, and this is a person who has an extremely high reputation for his stance on corruption and as a figure of integrity.
He called on African leaders to emulate Ghana's direction.
And we're taking it that if he then puts you in his gaze for an act of wrongdoing, that charge of witch hunting will no longer be available. And we believe that that is a very important step that we're having to take to make sure that the principle of equality before the law in Ghana is truly made meaningful.
President Akufo-Addo again stated his commitment to fight corruption and said equality before the law will work as he steps up efforts to deal with the problem.